Good morning, you guys. So it's good morning for me because, well, actually, no, it's good afternoon. It is a little bit past 12 o'clock, going into 1 o'clock. I pretty much just finished my morning routine and I wanted to jump on camera and discuss the whole Nikocado avocados thing, situation. I know I'm like a couple days late and I really wasn't going to, make a video about it, but I don't know, I'm like, maybe I should. And then my husband kind of like motivated me to do it because he knows I'm a fan of Nikocado and I have been for quite a long time. But I'm going to keep it short. But so I found out a couple days ago when he first posted, because like I said, I've been a fan of Nikocado for a long time. I am one of the original sloths. If you know, you know. And I just always just liked his personality, and I just always thought that he was just just really sweet, a great storyteller. I loved his animals. And I just liked him as a person, him and Orlin, honestly. And so that was when I started following him. And it was, for me personally, it was never about the food. It was just about um, how he engaged with his audience. And like I said, just a good storyteller. And I liked how he interacted with his animals. And I liked his stories about, him living in Colombia and him being adopted. And just, I liked his stories. And then he switched up and then went from a vegan to eating, huge amounts of food, meats and, pastas and all types of stuff. And I remember when the vegan, clan was against him, and that didn't change my mind at all about him, right? It's like you eat what you want. It's your life to live. It really didn't bother me any. And then, his personality changed. And I'm gonna be really honest with you. Being a fan, I always kind of like, you start to know who people are, right? So when Nick made this drastic change in his lifestyle and his personality, I always took it as him playing a character. You know what I mean? So I didn't take it in any other way than he's just playing a role. And so for that, I took it as just that. It's a character, it's a role. And I always just found him to be highly entertaining. You know what I mean? And I love good humor. I love crude humor sometimes. And so when Nick kind of would do all those, dramatic things in his videos, I I thought it was funny because I didn't take him seriously. You know what I mean? I think that's the difference between a lot of his fans, or even if you're not a fan. That's the difference between me and them, is the fact I never took Nick seriously. You know what I mean? I took it as exactly what it is, entertainment. And I've always known that, because I felt like I kind of knew who Nick was outside of this character. And I'm like, this is not who he is, you guys. It's just entertainment, right? It's just a role he's playing. And so that's how I always watched his content. And that's why I was never offended by it, because it was entertainment, and I enjoyed it. And so it's funny that now okay, let's take it a little bit back, right? So after him playing this role for all this time, right? And I remember him consistently posting every single day, which I always was just amazed by this individual, where I'm like, I don't know any other YouTuber who posts consistently every day. I'm like, I don't even think that's heard of, right? I mean, what a commitment, you know what I mean? Regardless of why he was doing it, that's still commitment and that's still hard work. because that's a lot of content you got to push out to be able to consistently post a video every day, regardless of what anyone says. And so I remember he just stopped posting, right? I know you guys remember that. He just stopped posting. And I missed him during that time he took an absence, you know? But I remember specifically, like it was yesterday, I said to my husband, I was like, Nikocato's not posting videos like that anymore. He just kind of stopped. And then my husband was like, really? I was like, yeah, he was posting every day and he just stopped. And I remember saying to my husband, like, I miss him, but if this is what he needs to do for his health, then, you know, I support it and he needs to do what he's got to do. And I remember telling my husband, I was like, Nikocato's smart. And I said, I wouldn't be surprised if while he's, you know, away, stepping away from YouTube, that all of a sudden he doesn't come out in like a year and he's skinny. I literally said that to my husband like a year ago, maybe longer. So the fact that Nicocato popped out of nowhere skinny, it didn't surprise me at all. Like, it did not surprise me at all. You know what I mean? Was I like, oh wow, yes, right? I think so, because I was like, dang, like I called that. And so I said to my husband, like I showed him a snippet of Nikocato's newest video, and I said, babe, look, I said Nikocato's skinny. And he literally said to me, he looked at me and was like, you called that. You called that. And I said, I did, didn't I? Not like I told you guys so, but still, it's just like, you know, as being a fan, I don't know, you just kind of learn people's, you know what I mean, personality, their real personality, and you know their routines, and you know their personality or whatever like that, right? And I don't know, I've just been watching Nikocado for so long. I'm just like, this isn't really who he is, y'all. I think the Nikocado that first came out, you know what I mean, when he had like his sloth, his pet noodle, you know, his parrot noodle, you know, and um, what was his cat's name, you guys? Um, oh my gosh, I cannot forget. I cannot believe I forgot his cat's name. Was it? It'll come to me. But when he had his cat, and oh right, now I remember. But yeah, you know, I feel like that was who he really is. I think that's who Nikocado really is. And then I think that he just decided to play a role for views, you know what I mean? And to collect the check. And I can't be mad at that. You know what I mean? I think he's a genius. And some people may come for me for that, for giving Nikocado that much credit. But I'm sorry, you guys. He's a genius. What he accomplished and pulled off is something that I've never seen before. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, you got to give credit where credit is due. What he did was incredible. And I think that he is a genius. And I think he is highly intelligent. And I think he is smarter than a lot of you give him credit for. Okay? This was something that he had planned out and he executed it perfect. Like, sorry. He executed it perfectly. He did. No accidents, no mistakes. He executed it perfectly. He pulled I'm losing my words, right? But he pulled covers over everybody's eyes. And that's funny because that's why so many people are like, "Oh, it's AI. This isn't real. This is pre-recorded." And I knew it wasn't pre-recorded because it was just something I expected from the jump. So I'm like, no, he really did lose all that weight, you guys. He did. And so now everyone's finally seeing it, and it's sad because it's sad because now everyone's like, oh, he's sick. Oh, he took Ozempic. Oh, well, he's still ugly. And it's just like, well, I mean, you guys were getting on him for being overweight. You were getting on him for eating a huge amount of food. You were getting on him because he was obese and sloppy, and now he lost weight, and now you guys find something else to hate on him for. And, like that's pretty much what Nikocado was trying to say. You know what I mean? And I'm glad he's doing what he needs to do for him. And who gives a crap about the hate he's getting? Because at the end of the day, guess what? Nikokado's laughing to the bank. You know what I mean? Because let's not forget, during this role he was playing, you know what I mean? He was getting crazy amounts of views. Crazy amounts of views, which was his intention. And so, honestly, the joke's on you guys because he played you guys. You know what I mean? He did. Like, he got lots of views, which calculates to lots of money. And he had so much money, he was able to take off for 2 years. You know what I mean? And so, I say kudos to Nick for, for losing all that massive amount of weight. Honestly, I think it's inspiring that he did it. He shows others that, hey, you can do it too. You know what I mean? And so, good for him. Good for you, Nick. Good for you. I support you. I am a fan. I'm not that kind of fan that's like cheering for you one day and then like screw you, Nick, the next day. Like, you know what I mean? Like he mess up, he do something he shouldn't, then that's one thing. But still, like if you're a fan, you're a fan. And I am a fan. And like I said, it's never been about the food for me. It's just been about who Nick is as a person, right? I think that he's a great YouTuber. And it's too bad that like he doesn't have classes on how to be a good YouTuber or give tips because I could use them, you know what I mean, to grow my channel, you know? But I think that's really all I have to say. I am kind of interested in seeing what's next for Nick. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what is he going to do next? Is he going to go back to eating, big loads of food? Is he going back to being a vegan? I'm kind of like really, really curious to see what's in store for him because I will be watching. And also, it's like, I'm like curious, well, where's Orlin? A part of me, I know people have been questioning, well, did Orlin lose weight too? And a huge part of me wants to say he probably has lost weight, because if you know Orlin and Nick, like, they're usually on the same wave. And so, I mean, they were vegans together. They gained weight together. So I can only assume that they lost weight together, But I guess we'll see when when the big reveal um, is shown of Orlin, and if he lost weight or not. But I mean, a part of me thinks he did. Like, I really believe that he did. I just can't see Orlin allowing Nick to lose all this weight and he staying big. Like that just doesn't seem how they, their dynamic is. So I think that Orlin probably lost weight too. But I know everyone would like judge me for watching Nikokado's videos, and I'm like, well, why not? You can judge me all you want. Nikocado brightens my day sometimes, when I would go to work. And, we all know how retail is. Work, can be very stressful. You know what I mean? And so when I would get off work, I would clock out, walk out the door, and put on Nikocado. And he literally would cheer me up. He would cheer me up. He would make me laugh. And he would make me forget about my day at work or, a bad experience I had at work. You know what I mean? And he would make me laugh. And it's just like, it's no different than when you guys watch comedy shows, right? There's character like Martin Lawrence, when you watch Shanae or whatever like that, it's a character. It's intended to make you laugh. Now, whether Nick is, intending to make you laugh or not, I mean, it made me laugh, I thought it was funny. I thought him and Orlin together when they would have their boxing matches, It was hilarious, you guys. Like, don't front. It was funny. You know what I mean? And it made me laugh and it cheered me up. And, so I didn't take it seriously. Never have. Never have. It's YouTube. You know what I mean? It's YouTube. So, you guys can't believe everything you see on YouTube. It's like at the end of the day, most people are on here trying to collect a check. You have some people on here, who genuinely have a passion for this, and are their authentic selves. You know what I mean? But Nick Icotto decided to be a character, and it worked for him. It might not work for the next, but it worked. It certainly worked for him. But yeah, it's just like he is literally breaking the internet. He is everywhere as soon as I go on YouTube, or honestly even Facebook or Instagram, and it's like he is like all up and down my timeline. You know what I mean? So I mean, you gotta admit it's impressive. It's impressive. So, and he'll probably get more followers now because now people are intrigued, they're curious, and they want to see what's next with Nick. And so now he's gotten new subscribers. His video already got over like, I think at this point, when I checked YouTube, it said he was like at 18 million. I wouldn't be surprised if he's over 20 million as we speak. So, yeah. I think it's pretty cool to watch. It's pretty darn cool to watch. I just was thinking like, holy cow, like how do you plan something like this and just know that it's going to go the way you planned it? It's wow. It was calculated for sure. It was calculated, and I think it's impressive. I wouldn't be surprised if you'll start seeing him on some talk shows. I think that's coming as well, where he's going to do some sit-down interviews on how he lost 250 pounds. He could really be an inspiration to people, He really can. But I think it's pretty cool. I'm trying to think, like, is there anything else I want to say about this? Because I don't want to, like, beat a dead horse and, like, come back and do another video about it. But it's like you either love Nick or you hate him. There is no in between, right? It's like you love or hate him. My husband never really was a huge fan of Nick. He just thought he was sloppy and disgusting. And that's okay. That's his opinion. But after this situation, he was like, I kind of look at Nick differently. And he's like, I actually respect what he did. So, I think some people's opinions will change of Nick, and some people will probably hate him more, and some people will respect him more. I don't know. But I've been a fan of Nick for a long time, and I will continue to be a fan of Nick. And I'm glad that he's back. I'm glad that he's back. Even if he came back fat, I don't care. I don't care. That's his life to live, y'all. Let him live his life, big or small. Who cares? For the ones that love him, let them love him. You know what I mean? But I support you, Nick, and I'm looking forward to what's next. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say. I think that's it, you guys. But you gotta admit, again, it was genius. It was genius. Literally. Well, people are saying in one of his videos like 2 years ago, he said that he has not uploaded like any new videos in 2 years. The last 2 years have been pre-recorded content. That is crazy. It's crazy. And I'm just like, dude, so you're telling me multiple times a day you were just filming a bunch of mukbangs. A bunch of mukbangs. You know what I mean? And also, which is what like blows my mind, is the fact that I feel like all along, Nick, he never wanted to be big, obese, right? He only did that because he knew that's what the viewers wanted. He knew that the viewers are fascinated by people who eat big amounts of food. He knows that's what the people want to see, right? The people want to see a train wreck. And I think he learned that early on, and he said, okay, I think it was an experiment. I think he was like, I'm just going to eat a lot of food. I'm going to overindulge. I'm going to stuff my face on camera. I know I might get big, and that's fine. But guess what? People are going to watch. I'm going to get lots of views, and I'm going to get paid. And I think that's what happened, you know? And I think that the times when Nick would like cry and say he didn't like being fat, he felt disgusting. I'm gonna be honest with you, I think that those were real. I think that deep down, oh gosh, I just said my son's name. I think deep down, um, I think Nick Ocado didn't like being fat. You know what I mean? I don't think he ever liked looking the way he did, but he knew that this is what the people want to see, right? And so he did it. And while doing it, he got millions of views, hundreds of thousands of views. And it worked. And he kept it up for a long time. But deep down, I don't think he ever liked it. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of times when he turned off that camera, that character is put away. And he's back to being normal Nick. That's what I always believed. And I would always discuss that with my husband. You know, I'm entertained, I laugh at the videos, but I'm also smart enough to know that once Nikocado hit stop on that video, Nikocado is like, I'm done with this character. Now I'm back to myself. So, and I think that's with a lot of YouTubers. You know what I mean? They're putting on an act. And that's fine with me. You know, I don't take them seriously because, I don't know who they really are outside of the camera. So I can't, I kind of just take it with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? YouTube is for our entertainment. And that's how I take it. But again, I think that Nick Ocado gained all that weight for views. And he knew from the very beginning that he was going to lose the weight after he gained it. And I mean, if you listen to the things that he would say during his videos, sometimes he expressed that. He expressed that he was going to, stop doing mukbangs at a certain age. I believe it was 30. And he was going to lose weight and he was going to get healthy. And I remember in a lot of those videos when he would talk about it, people would say, no, he's not. He can't stop. He's obsessed with food. He's this, he's that. And let's be honest, he is no Amberlynn and he is no Chantal. Amberlynn and Chantal, Foodie Beauty, they are addicted to food. It's just a fact, right? They cannot stop eating because they are addicted and obsessed with food. And I mean, I'm not saying anything that's not true. They've expressed this themselves. I'm only saying what they have said, and that's they are addicted to food. I don't think Nick is addicted to food. I think Nick can stop eating whenever he's ready. I think Nick has a lot of self-control. I do. And I think he knows what he's doing, you guys. That's all I'm saying. He knows what he's doing. He's no dummy. Y'all got to stop thinking that this man is a dummy. He is not at all. He's a very intelligent individual. And I've always noticed that about him, which is another thing that I always just really appreciated and thought was really cool about Nick is that on videos when he is more in calm mode and he just would just talk to his audience, I would listen because I'm like, wow, this guy's really smart. He's really wise. I love to hear him talk, about, his growing up, music. I always thought that was really cool. I love music as well. So to hear him talk about music and playing the violin, which is one of my all-time favorite instruments, So, when there were just things that he would talk about that I was just very intrigued by. I think that's who Nick really is. That's who he really is. So, you guys don't take him so seriously. And just be careful, what you believe and what you don't. Because everything isn't what it seems on YouTube or off YouTube. You know what I mean? So just be careful. But I'll give Nick a break, Give him a break. And I hope Nick sees this, you know. Give me a shout out, you guys, to Nick, because I've been a fan for a long time and I've always supported him. Whether people, like it or not, whether, people judge me for liking him or not, I don't really care. Um, but um, send Nick this way and tell him, that I got his back. All right. And we'll see what happens next with Nikocado. But thank you for watching this video. Sorry if you know, I repeated myself or the video's too long, but I'm a fan of Nick and I just wanted to express my support and show some love. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day and an incredible work week. And to those kiddies who are in school, have a fantastic school year. Until next time, love you guys lots. And thank you for, your support and coming back to my videos. I appreciate you guys a lot. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye. I knew that the moment I turned off the camera, I was going to have something else to say. And I said that during the video, right? But anyway, I'm like, let it go. I'm like, no, let me just add it real quick. Well, first off, I'm like, his cat was named Miss Kitty. I'm almost positive it was Miss Kitty. And it just popped in my head the moment I stopped the video. So Miss Kitty was his cat's name when he lived in, I believe, in Colombia. And then when he moved back to the U.S. Um, and second, for the people who are like, oh, he's on Ozempic, he's on Ozempic. At the end of the day, you know, who cares? Who cares if he did, not saying he did, but if he used Ozempic, who cares? You know what I mean? Um, if Ozempic is, if you use Ozempic to help you lose weight, doesn't all that matter is the fact that it helped you lose weight? Right? Who cares? I mean, if Amberlynn uses Ozempic to lose weight and she's consistent, which she hasn't been, but if she starts using it and it helps her lose weight, who cares if that's what helped her lose weight? Who cares if that's why she lost weight? The point is that she lost the weight, right? Who cares? So I don't know. I just feel like that's silly. That's silly because I've been reading the comments and I'm just like, y'all are just trying anything and everything to just attack this man, and it's stupid. He did what Amber Lynn's been trying to do for over a decade, and that's lose weight. And Amber Lynn has done nothing but gain in the last 10 years plus. So Nikocado did what she has been wanting to do for 10 years, and he did it in two. You know what I mean? So, and 250 pounds. Like, what? That's a lot of weight he lost. So, like, let's just give him some credit and let's put a little bit of respect on Nicocado's name. And I think that's the rest of it. But thanks, you guys. That's it. My rant is over. Bye. Okay. Okay, listen. Now don't come for me, okay? I tried to warn y'all that once I turned off the camera, then all my thoughts were going to start rushing in, okay? Don't come for me. But real quick, I just wanted to add, and I promise, even if I think of something else to say, I will not say it, okay? I promise. But I just wanted to add too, is that, I know you guys are probably like, oh my gosh, you need to hop off Nikocado. Like you're upset. No, I'm not, right? I just say, how I feel, and I'm just passionate about it right now, So I'm just expressing my feelings. But through the years, more so early on, but I used to be inspired by Nikocado to try new things. Nikocado would sit on camera and eat exotic fruits, and he'd talk about his love for plants, well, Orland's love for plants, and how he enjoyed avocados. And I remember watching his videos early on, and the unique things that he would eat. And I remember his obsession with durian, and he inspired me to try durian because I'm a foodie, you know what I mean? And I'm not obsessed with food, but who doesn't like food, right? But I am a foodie, you know what I mean? And I am one of those individuals where I love trying new things. I'm willing to try anything once. And he had me so intrigued by this durian. I went to my local Asian market, which I was shocked they had it when I was, in the market, and I seen it, and I was just like excited. I'm like, well, I want to try durian. And little did I know that I would enjoy it. And I know a lot of people don't, but it's actually now one of my favorite fruits. And I like to treat myself ever so often to some durian. And see, if it wasn't for Nick, watching his videos and seeing durian, which is something I had never even heard of till his video. I never heard of durian. So when, I seen his video, it's like, I want to try it. And that's been the case for a few other fruits that I've tried that he's had on his videos. And I'm like, oh, I want to try it, and go on down to my local market. And then I try it, and it has, broadened my horizon on all the different exotic fruits that are out there. And I've been able to have the pleasure of trying some of these exotic fruits when I went to the Virgin Islands, when I went to the Caribbean. I was able to find some of these fruits and indulge and experiment. And, I'm grateful for that. So, I have been inspired by Nick, through the years. And yeah, Nikocado is not all bad, you guys. He's not all bad. But I think that's it. That's all I wanted to say, was that, I have a love for durian. And so if it wasn't for Nick, I would have never had the pleasure of trying in durian and now loving it and it being one of my favorite fruits. And yeah, so that's literally it. I promise. You will not see me for at least another couple days to a week. Okay? But look out for my next video. I'll probably post. Also, I've been trying to come up with a schedule, which I think I've been doing pretty good, consistently dropping a video once a week. And it seems like usually they're always dropped on Sunday. So you can probably look out for a video every Sunday. Okay, and I'm going to try to commit to that. But yeah, thank you guys. And I'm going to get my day started. And I hope you guys have a great one. Bye.